What's up everyone, it's Charisma, back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a rundown on why you might be losing your sword PvP duels in Minecraft Bedrock. I'm going to tell you some tips on how to improve and what might be doing wrong. So, with that being said, let's get into the first tip. So the first tip I'm going to show you, I wouldn't even call it tip, it's kind of just like a baseline, is going to be your settings, which a lot of people like. If I'm going to show you what I have for console. It's really just personal preference, but if there are some big ones that if you don't have on, it will make it significantly worse because it's just like really hard to play on some horrible settings, like camera sensitivity. If you don't have that like pretty high, like I'd say above 80, 85 range or higher, you're just gonna be moving like a snail, and you need that higher. I have mine max because I like to not go in circles that take 3 seconds to turn around or whatever. Um, yeah, FOV, I don't know where it is in here, somewhere in here. But FOV, I have mine cranked to max. So yeah, FOV, if you have low FOV, you're gonna just be like, you're just gonna get rocked, bro. I can't even lie. I think it's in video. Let me check. But yeah, you need a high FOV if you're gonna play sword, especially if you're on controller, because it's already hard as is. But yeah, FOV, yeah, right here. I have 110. I'm pretty sure it's just like how zoomed in it is, so you're gonna want that out as far as possible. But other sensitivity things, if you're playing with dead zones, you're gonna want like a pretty small dead zone. I don't think I have it here, but I know on some consoles you might have dead zones. But you want to have those as little as possible for better aim, because like it's like pretty much the input on like how much you use. Like if you like just barely tap the joystick, and they're just like, if you have a lower dead zone, it'll just be like a little tap that'll activate the moving of the crosshair. So if you have dead zones, you're gonna want those as low as possible. But yeah, that's pretty much like settings wise what you're gonna need. So let's get into some actual gameplay tips. So the first tip I'm going to teach you, or not tip, pretty much, it's kind of just like a rule of practice, I guess you could say. Will be improving your aim, because as you know, sword is a really prominent game mode, and probably one of the most prominent, I can't lie. You're gonna want to, like, it's big on aim. Like, it's not like spear or like mace, like, just like the more damage you do. It's about timing and like aim and accuracy. So if you want to improve in that, I personally suggest, like practicing aim and practicing movement and using your joysticks and like hitting the middle of a target. So like here, let's use I only have E chest. If you want to improve like your movement and aim, like you can like trace like 2 blocks and aim towards the middle. Aiming towards the middle is more versatile in sword, because you might be jumping and like you're just not hitting anything down here. But like just like moving, getting the movement down, just tracking the E chest, or if you have like a zombie or something, just like tracking it with your crosshair, like going up and down and stuff. That'll help you a lot, like practicing your aim, and like it's just like it just helps you improve on your aim and tracing, which is a gigantic part of sword, because if you can't even aim, then you're just not gonna land a hit, as you probably already know. So just practicing like doing this, like just going in circles or like back and forth, getting into the combo motion or something. But as long as you're practicing aim and making a consistent like effort of learning this, it'll help you. Once again, if you have a zombie, that'd be even better, because like you can practice punching it and stuff in combos. But yeah. Also, yeah. So practicing aim, and also if you're on like a server or you're like with your friends, for practicing combos, I would say playing sumo is the best. So like no weapons or armor, just like fist fighting while you're like immortal would be the best way to learn how to, or not learn, practicing combos. Because sumo is like pretty much, it's just like a fist fight to the death. And like you can get like practice a bunch of combos. And like that's pretty much where I learned how to use sword and stuff. And practicing combos. So yeah, play sumo, practice aim. And yeah, once you get those down, you'll pretty much know the fundamentals of comboing and sword, which will improve your skills vastly. So let's get into some more tips. Alright, so the most crucial part of sword, if you're going to take anything from the video, I intend you to take this, because it is the most fundamentally useful aspect of sword, and a lot of people just don't even know about it, and they're just missing out, you know? And it's a technique called double tapping. So you know when you're playing sword on Bedrock, you can just like spam click, or you can like space your hits or whatever. What you want to do actually is double tapping. It's like getting 2 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits. Just hitting twice. This guy's a netherite, it's not a good example. But like just doing 1 hit, you're not getting a much damage, and you're not going to be able to do any combos with this. And if you're spam clicking, this is just like, I mean, it can work, but double tapping does more damage. You can get more combos with it, and it's just not like, you're not missing any shots, you know? So, I mean, that's what I do. Double tapping is what most PvP players on Bedrock do. But, I mean, once again, it is just down to your personal preference. Such as, like, if you like playing just, like, comboing and spacing, or if you just like sword spamming, like, it's up to you. But, like, double tapping is, like, what most pros do. But, yeah. So, yeah, you want to do that, and also, I want to teach you about strafing. Strafing is essentially just moving left to right, right to left, like before an encounter to throw your opponent off. Well, obviously this is zombie, so just trace me, but, yeah. You want to strafe left to right before going into an encounter, because it makes your movement unpredictable, and if you have speed on, like, you'll be even, like, more unpredictable. Like, you can get some surprise combo, or even surprise crits in. But yeah, strafing left to right. And this doesn't just need to be at like the start of the fight. Like if you're just coming back in, like you pearled out or something, and you're running back in, strafe back in, and you can like combo in, you know. So that's a big part of like, it's just a lot of sword, pretty much strafing. But yeah, yeah. But before we get into some more tips, I'd like to take a second to ask you to subscribe. I'm trying to become the most popular Bedrock content creator, and for at least console. So if you want to help me out, please subscribe, and let's get into some more tips. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to teach you is not really well, it is a tip, but I mean, it's kind of like a little thing. It won't really vastly improve your skills, but it's essentially just called a run potting. I don't know what like it's actually called, but essentially it is just run potting. So when you pot up, like, you don't want to throw it in the air or throw it at your feet. The most like, I don't know, the most beneficial way of doing it is like running in a straight line and throwing your pots. You see how I got hit by that? I got the max amount of effects. It's essentially just looking forward. It's really hard to mess this up, I can't lie. Like, I just was like looking too high there, and I still got it. But like, look forwards, like at Y level face value, and just throw your pots, and you get the max effects just like that. So yeah, if your opponent doesn't do that, and like you have to, like, it's really good, like if you're mid fight and like you have your pots in your hotbar and like you're running away from your opponent, you just like pot up and you turn on your opponent. That'll catch him off guard, and you'll get your benefits from the pots, which is the best of both worlds, you know. So yeah, run potting is a big part. Not a big part, but it helps you a lot. And also, the next little feature I want to teach you is damage resetting. I think is what it's called. I have no idea. Once again, I don't have I don't have a player with me, so I'm just gonna use a zombie. But essentially, damage resetting is when you get knocked back from your opponent, and if your opponent has a knockback sword, this will be even more drastic, but this is just a zombie. Essentially, if you jump at the same time of getting attacked, if you jump while getting attacked, okay, okay, bro, alright, it'll negate all knockback, and you'll just like, it'll just be like you didn't get hit. It's kind of hard to time, I can't lie. You want to time when you get hit, and like I did it there. Yeah, I did it there. You see I didn't take any knockback. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do, but if you can perfect it, it'll really help you. Like if you run into the zombie and jump, it's a lot easier to do. But essentially you don't take the knockback, which people use to get combos on you, and you just like stay flat on the floor. Like, there, I did it. It's kind of hard to do, I can't lie. But once you get the timing down, you can like spin back on your opponent and they won't suspect it, because like they intend you to take knockback and go back. But if you time your damage resetting, you can just go straight back in. And yeah, those are like pretty much all the niche tips I have. But yeah. One last thing I want to say is that, oh yeah, so practicing encounters like this will help you a lot. And the reason most people lose sword is because of their spacing. You just need to learn how to play like passive and aggressive. Like, you need to know when to play passive and when to play aggressively. Because if you're just playing passive the whole time, then your opponent is just going to be able to hit you and get combos on you. But if you play more aggressive, you'll be the one on the offensive. So it'll be like if you're getting comboed, you don't want to just sit in the combo. You want to run back, spin back, strafe in, and then go for a combo. You don't just want to take it. So yeah, that's pretty much like why people lose. They just like get lost in the combo and they don't know how to break it. I mean, if you're just playing sword, I just probably would just back up, to be honest, and then strafe back in and hit a reverse combo or something like that. But yeah, that's essentially all I have for you today. If you found this video informational or helpful at all, please subscribe, and yeah, hope you have a great day, and see ya.